Hello, hello, for those who are watching on the replay, welcome. Get out the cards for today. Okay, cool. All right. What do I have here? Okay, so well, hello. What's up? Hi, Angie. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Okay, let's see. How are we doing here? What's up? What's up? What day is it? Is it Wednesday? Thursday? I don't know what day it is. But happy day. Thank y'all for being here. Come in, say hi. We're going to be doing some readings tonight, free and paid. And I will get to that in just a minute as I set up. Hello, hello. Hi, Fresh. Christy, hi. Where is everybody from? How's everybody feeling? Hello. Okay, so I got these over there. I got this. Texas. Hi, Texas. Hey, y'all. Illinois, nice. I'm feeling good. I got myself all hyped up. I'm feeling good. How is everybody feeling? Jacksonville, Florida. I'm in Denver, Colorado, if you're wondering. And I had a couple things to write down. One moment. Come in, say hi, Guam. Wow. Hello. Tennessee. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Tonight we're going to be doing free and paid readings. Spirit-led. It's always spirit-led to me. But like I put that on the little intro so that people can be, I guess, more clear in what they are. Hi, Danny from Vermont. You've been better. I understand that. I definitely understand that. Sending you hugs, Sarah. Virginia. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Yvonne. Hi. How's everybody feeling tonight? Or today? Or this morning? Wherever you are. It's night here. So, Texas. Hey, Ash. What is up? Okay. So I wanted to write down a few things first. Well, that's kind of sloppy. Oh, well. It's been a rough day. I definitely get that. Yeah, I definitely get that. But been pulling through. Heck yeah, absolutely. I'm in Oregon. You're in Oregon? Oh, there's several people from Oregon. Hi, Oregon. How is everybody doing? Okay. So, oh well, thank you, Ash. I appreciate the compliment. You're from Denver, Colorado too? That's me. That's where I'm from. Okay, I want to make sure that this stays on. So, hello. Good night, good evening, good morning, wherever you are at. My name is Angelica, and I'm a healer, a reader, a catalyst, a bridge. And we're going to be offering, or I'm offering, free and paid readings tonight. And a little bit about me. You can always read a little bit. You can always read more about me on my website. But a little bit about like the readings and the nature of the readings that I facilitate. So I found that I have my specialty, so to speak, is to be able to tap into someone's energetic field, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, etc., like just their whole field, their whole being. And I'm able to pinpoint maybe where energy is stuck, maybe where there is emotional baggage or emotions that need to be processed, stuck energy, etc. And I'm able to also bring in, connect with your guides and facilitate information or messages that are going to help you in awareness. And one really cool thing I like to do with my private readings is facilitate energy work, because I'm really good at energy work. Fucking badass. Hi. Yeah. Angel, yeah. It's perfect. Yeah, it was meant to be. So I will get to that in a minute. So that's a little bit about me. So if you're looking to for whether it's free or a paid reading, that's kind of the essence or the nature of the readings that I facilitate. Okay, the free mini readings, they're not necessarily facilitated with energy. However, I do create before I ever go live, I always create a space. I always create a container. So if you are meant to receive whatever like energies, that are for your highest good, you're going to receive. Okay. All right. So how do you pay for a reading? So let's get into that. So the free mini readings, you leave a comment with your name, and it can be a question. It could be general, staying open, health, career, etc. I don't do pregnancy or fertility readings. And then, if you do have a question, it's one question only. Okay. And the more specific you can be, the more specific the information. But keep in mind, these are, the free readings are more of a mini kind of compact reading. And I feel like Spirit is, notice I didn't put love on here. I feel like Spirit is kind of veering me away from love readings. If you would like to pay and, if you want to send a donation and still want to ask about love or relationships, that's fine. But I feel like that's kind of where I'm being led. So I'm just kind of going there. I'm just kind of going with it. Okay. So as far as paid readings, donations of 20 minimum. You can send more if that's something that resonates with you. All the links to donate are in my profile. Let me slow the fuck down. So Venmo, Cash App, PayPal. And then you got to let me know in the comments that you donated, because I don't always get a notification on my phone here. Okay. And if you are paying through PayPal, please check the friends and family so that it doesn't tax me. Okay. And as far as our services tonight, is for the paid services is 20 for readings, and 33 for energy work and mediumship, and 33 for mediumship. I shouldn't say, and I should have put it like 33 energy work, 33 mediumship. It's not like both. But yes, I do mediumship as well. All right. So as far as the free mini readings, I kind of just scan the comments and I allow Spirit and my own intuition to kind of guide me. And so let's get started there. And if you do pay for a reading, let me know. And we're just going to have fun. We're going to play. We're going to dig deep. Okay. One more small bit of housekeeping before I start. Next week, I've been feeling the pull. It's like Spirit's like, it's time to increase my rates as far as lives go. So next week, the rates, my energy exchanges will be increasing. Okay. All right, so let's start scanning the comments. How are y'all? Y'all are so, y'all are ready. Fucking go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so let me just kind of tune in here. Okay, all right. So if you do have a question, go ahead and just ask your question. Okay. That'll just make it easier and a little bit more seamless. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling a couple people. Okay, let me just kind of scroll back here. Keisha, you're asking about your anxiety, if it's going to get better. Hello, hello. Hi, Kat. Hi, y'all. Let me kind of just tune into your energy, and you're asking about anxiety and see if there's anything that's going to come through, but I'm feeling you. Okay. So, typically anxiety is a result of unprocessed emotions. Not always, but typically. And I'm not claiming to know all of the things because I'm still learning myself, but that's from my own perspective, that's kind of what I've learned. Is when we have anxiety, it typically, not always though, is a result of unprocessed emotions. Like it could be old wounds, old traumas, old emotional baggage, etc. Okay. So it feels like there's the invitation to dig deeper, and kind of explore the deeper, emotions and the states of being, emotions, feelings, etc. Like in the emotional realm. It feels like that's an invitation to dig deeper. And that's where the anxiety is coming from. And to me, that's at least one of the, I would say, main source of where the anxiety is coming from. So your anxiety is going to depend on whether or not you choose to, if it getting quote unquote better is going to depend on whether you choose to kind of dig deeper into any unprocessed emotions that might be wanting to surface and wanting to bubble up. Because I can see what I'm being shown is like almost like you ever see how lava like kind of bubbles? That's kind of what I'm being shown. Is like, and I don't know if it's necessarily anger. That's kind of what I might associate lava with, because it's fiery and anger is more of a fiery emotion, but it might be there. That might be one of the reasons why I'm seeing lava, but I'm seeing lava bubbling, and it's causing the anxiety. It's part of what's causing the anxiety. Okay. But I would invite you to explore deeper into the emotional realm. Okay. That's a big cause of the anxiety. Okay. Hey, Ash, thank you for the roses. let me, okay. All right. And thank you for being here, my dear. Thank you for being here and allow me to read for you. Always take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Definitely always use your discernment. I'm just here as a facilitator and can only, have my own filters and perceptions of things. So always use your discernment and definitely stay true to what feels true to you. Okay. Okay, I'm feeling you, Ash. You're asking, do I have a soulmate? Here's the thing. When, and I typically usually get the same answer when I'm asked this question. Okay, and it feels somewhat similar to what I typically will respond with. Um, I'm hearing two things. You are your soulmate, and this might not be what you want to hear. But this is spirit talking, right? So like you are your own soulmate, and there's a lot to be discovered there, because a lot of times when we're worried about an external situation or person, etc., it's always going to be a reflection of whatever is going on internally. And so if we turn our focus internally, we can start to discern and decipher and distill down what's actually really there. Okay. The other thing that I hear with this was like everybody's your soulmate. It's like it's there's this very limited view on soulmates and twin flames and connections like this, that it's not that these type of connections don't exist. They do. But because of like our wounds, our emotional baggage, our worries, our beliefs, our limitations, our fears, etc., we project those ideas unconsciously onto, or we project those fears and those things onto concepts such as twin flames, such as soulmates. And so part of the worry there is that it feels like you're going to be left behind, that there's nobody for you, that it feels like connection at the root of it. Okay. So it feels like you might want to explore connecting deeper to your own internal source. Because it feels like there might be a disconnection there. Not that you are ever disconnected, because you're not. There's only an illusion of separation. There's only an illusion of disconnection. But as we explore these ideas and start to like go deeper and deeper and deeper, it allows us to see the truth that we can never be without. We can never be disconnected. We can never we can never be left behind, if that makes sense. And also we do understand what you're saying. Like, do I have a soulmate? Yes, there is someone out there for you. The thing is that this version that you are right now is not currently a vibrational match to the person that you're looking for. It's about shifting to the version of you that is a vibrational match to that person that you're looking for. And that takes internal work. That takes internal reflection. Okay. So I would invite you to maybe look a little deeper, but there's absolutely someone out there for you. Okay. Oh, I'm way behind. Let me scroll through the comments here. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Hello, Kelly. Ooh, excuse me. Let me see. 1 second. Let me record something really quick. Okay. All right. So I'm just scanning through the comments. Give me a minute to kind of catch up. Oh, looking deep is so hard for sure. And that's why, because of like the programming, the conditioning of our society, maybe our culture, things that we've inherited through our bloodline, there's a lot of reasons, or maybe fears, unconscious things that, like, oh, we don't want to do that because it takes time, it takes effort, it takes space, it takes choice. But it doesn't necessarily have to be hard. It's that gets to be, you get to define that however you wish. But because of the nature, especially if you live here in like the Western, the Western world, it's like, look outside, consume, 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 and keep doing the things. And it's, there's not a lot of emphasis put on, hey, look deep inside of you. The answers are all there. It's all more geared towards looking exteriorly. You're welcome, Ash. Thank you for being here, my dear. Oh, right then. Let's do some more. Okay, I'm still scanning through the comments. Shun. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Or Shun. Maybe it's Shun. Why do you feel that you don't have love in your life? Do, 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 do. Okay. I'm in the South. I think the constant world holds us back. I mean, that's one perspective for sure. I think we hold ourselves back because the world's not doing anything. The world's just doing what it does. People are just doing what they do, from their own programs, from their own beliefs, etc. And it's us that has the choice, So remember that you have choice. Remember that you always have a choice in the matter. The world are nobody without you, or with, outside of you. No circumstance, no situation, no government, no anything outside of you can quote unquote hold you back, unless you are agreeing that they can do that, unless you are giving your power away. Okay. I'm determined to break the generational curse running through my bloodlines. Yes. A lot of us are here to do that. That's beautiful. Work, yeah. Constant drive, yeah. Gotta go. That's why it takes a conscious choice to slow the fuck down and choose to start to look inside. Ooh, interesting. Ella. Will my dream come true? Or should I concentrate on my daughter's dreams? Are you still here, Ella? Oh, Shun, you're saying you have love from family, but you want your life partner. I totally understand that. I definitely get that. And a lot of people are looking for that. I will say, for me, how I read it, a lot of us who are quote unquote single right now are meant to be because of the nature. It's like because we're being asked and invited and given the opportunity to look very deeply inside and to get very connected in there. Because if we're in a relationship and we still feel disconnected within ourselves, no amount of love from a partner is going to fill that hole. You know, it might feel good for a time, you know, that honeymoon phase or whatever, it might feel good for a time, but it's only going to go so far until you're like, until all of those love chemicals wear off and you have to kind of come back down to earth, right? And then you still have to deal with your own shit. So really it's about kind of dealing with our shit, finding, understanding, and discovering what our needs are and meeting our needs. Really understanding who we are, what drives us, what are our hopes, what are our dreams, what are our values. You know, because if we meet someone and we're not connected to our values, then we could actually end up having an experience that may not be so pleasant. And it doesn't end up working out, or it ends in a maybe not so great way. And we could have avoided all of that if we like really took the time to get to know ourselves first and had perfect discernment and turned on all of our like intuition and learned to listen to ourselves, learn to connect to our needs, learn to be who we are first before getting into a relationship. Unfortunately, the world that we live in now tells us to look outside. So there's a lot of pressure that a lot of us feel internally to look outside, to find love, to do that thing. And it can actually be coming from a very genuine place. So I'm not saying it's not coming from a genuine place to want your life partner. Don't get me wrong here. It's more about, at least from what I'm feeling and been sensing in the collective, those of us who are currently single are, generally speaking, not for everybody, but generally speaking, being asked and being given the opportunity to look inside and get very, very connected here, because it's very important that we're connected internally to our own source. We're fulfilled and self-sourced here first, because that's the alignment. However, it gets to be your choice. Okay. But as far as your question, are you going to find love this year? Let me kind of look in. It feels like there might be a prospect, like one or two prospects that might come in depending on the timeline that you're on. Again, they kind of revert me back to, that's why it's important to get connected to who you are, because without your discernment, without you being connected here, you know, you could get into a relationship with someone that could have been averted, that it wouldn't work out anyway because you're not solidified in who you are first. I hope that makes sense. And I'm sorry if that's not what you want to hear, but that's kind of what I get. And, you know, I'm going to be completely honest with what comes through. Okay, let me scroll through the comments again. I am back. Our choices. Fuck yeah, it is. It's really important to know that we all have choice in every situation, even when we think we don't have a choice. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm going to scroll a little bit more because holy cow. I'm way behind. Hi, Moon Girl. You wanted to thank me so much. Did I do a reading for you? I feel like I did a reading for you. Or if not, I just thank you. You're welcome. um, okay, I'm caught up. Phew. All right. Let me get some water here for a minute. Okay. Oh, you did. Okay, I did. I know that like your face and your name look familiar. It's hot. It's really hot. There's a lot of energy going on in here. Oh, thanks, Bailey. Is it Bailey or Baile? Let's dance. I think it's Bailey. Thank you, my dear. Okay. So for those of you who are asking about mediumship and wanting to connect to loved ones on the other side, I actually offer those as paid. As paid, and mediumship is actually $33. I mean, I can just check in and be like, oh yeah, they're doing okay, but like past that, it takes a lot of energy, and I've been guided to value the energy that I spend or expend to connect in that way. Okay, so just so you guys know. Okay, so hold on. Kara, I keep feeling you, my dear. Your energy is strong. Well, there's a lot of people in here, and there's quite a bit of energy going on. All right. Yeah, Bailey. Bailey. Okay, Kara, you're asking, I feel like there is something I need to know. Can you help? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. You guys as guides and your spirit guides and higher selves are here as well. Whoa. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, Kara, you're asking if there's someone here, or if there's someone here, if there's something that you need to know. Let me hone in on your energy first, because I need to find you first. Okay. So when I tune into your energy, I feel, okay, I feel like it's kind of like a turquoise energy, or a color streaming down into your crown. To me, anything kind of blue with a blue hue or a blue tint to it will typically take me to the throat chakra. Anything around communication, expression. This center is also where our power, so some of our greatest power resides. So like self-esteem, confidence, etc. That's where this is held. Because when we're in our truth, when we're authentic, vulnerable, expressing as such, that is part of our power. Okay, so it feels like I keep feeling drawn back to power with you. So it feels like power. Let me listen for a moment. Since this is like a little mini reading, I can't get into all of the things, but it's like many different components around power. Okay, so I would say, maybe investigating. I would invite you to investigate deeper or further around where you have given away your power, where you might feel powerless, where you might feel like a victim to circumstances, to the outside world, to other people, to situations, etc. or where you might be in denial of your power and not, or maybe even afraid to own your power. Okay. I keep being taken back to power. It's like power, power, power. So I would maybe invite you to investigate the different components around power, and maybe where you have, where you might feel afraid to feel powerful, or maybe be afraid to misuse your power, etc. Again, because of the nature of like the mini reading, I can't go into all of the things, but it's like think in terms of all of the different aspects around power. Okay. That feels like maybe investigate there, start there. And then if that's something that you choose, then that, the path will unfold as you choose to walk down that path. Okay. But that's what I feel for you, my dear. Regina, question. I wanted to help identify a guide. Is that the 33 or is that the $33? Okay, so my paid readings are basically to get on the list and ensure that like you get a reading. Otherwise, I kind of just go down the comments and I read who spirit kind of leads me to, or who my intuition kind of leads me to. A reading to identify a guide, I would say that would be 20. So the donation to get on the list and to make sure that you get a reading is 20 for a reading. I would consider that a reading. And then 33 for energy work and 33 for mediumship. So those who are asking about past loved ones, or if a loved one is doing okay, that qualifies to me as mediumship. Okay. I hope that clears things up. Let me know. Hi, Danielle. Happy that you're here. I like this question. Sophia asks, after so much pain, I think I healed. Can you confirm that? Let me just tune in first to make sure that I'm sourcing from your highest self and not from my ego. There's definitely a lot. Okay. There's definitely a lot that you've shifted, alchemized. I think it feels to me, as I'm tuning into your energy, Sophia, it feels to me that there might be, I don't know if I want to say an issue. It's like, I've done the work, I've done the healing, I've alchemized the energies. The next step to that is integration. And it feels like there might be some stuckness there of not maybe fully integrating and embodying the new healed energies fully. Not that you haven't to a degree, because it feels like you have, but I feel like there's some... The only way that I know how to describe this is like stuckness, a little bit of like, I haven't, like, it's almost like I feel like haven't fully embodied and integrated the healed energies. So we can do all of the healing that we want. We can heal like the things and stuff, right? So say I have like a core wound around worthiness and I feel deeply, deeply unworthy. Okay. And I do like years and years of fucking healing around worth. If I'm doing the work, yet I'm not implementing different belief systems of like, yes, I am fucking worthy, and understanding that I am inherently worthy. And if ever I am offered the opportunity to go back and revert back to, I'm unworthy, I'm unworthy, I'm unworthy, we get to reclaim that. We always have a choice. So we can do all of the healing that that we want, but if we're not integrating it and choosing in each moment to continue down that path, and we're therefore reverting to the old ways, or maybe half-assing it, I guess you could say, kind of going back and forth and back and forth. We haven't quite fully oriented and integrated the new, the healing that we've done, or the new beliefs that we've chosen. It's all about choice and choosing in this now moment, and choosing, because we're creating in this now moment. We're not creating in the past. We're not creating in the future. We're creating now. Okay. So it feels like there's a little bit of just remembering that you have a choice to choose in the moment. So if there is ever a question if you've healed, or you're questioning if you've healed, it feels, just the question alone tells me that, like the energy of the question tells me alone, that you don't quite, it's like, you've done the work, but you're not quite in your knowing yet. Like in your knowing. Knowing surpasses belief. Like when you know something, you know it. You don't believe it, you know it. Okay, belief or knowing is synonymous with action, with knowing. So if I knew, I'm trying to think of a question or an example. If I'm walking to the store, I'm not in belief. I'm not believing that I'm walking to the store. I know that I'm walking to the store. So knowing is synonymous with action. Belief is like a step below, I guess you could say, from knowing. It's an action in getting there. Like, I believe I can do it. It's like a step in getting to knowing. Yes, you've done the work. It's just time to really integrate the knowingness that you've done the fucking work, and that there's always a choice. The world that we live in, there's always going to be another offering. Hey, do you want to go back? Hey, do you want to go back? Hey, do you want to go back? And it's like, nope, I'm here. I know where I'm at. So it's more about integrating and embodying like that knowingness. I've done the work, and I'm going to continue to do the work, when and if it arises. But I know where I'm at. So it's more about getting into that knowing state. Okay. So that's what I feel for you, my dear. Okay. I hope that helps. Let me know how that resonates for you. It's a couple of different eyeshadows. I don't remember. The darker is like Tarte, and it's a couple of different, and the other one is some other, whatchamacallit. I don't know it. I don't know what it's from. And then I have glitter. I like how y'all are supporting each other. That's beautiful. Oh, Sophia, really hard to heal everything, but I keep seeing him. I do feel very alone. You are so right. I must have missed something there. I mean, healing is a journey. I like to equate healing with like getting into shape or fitness or even bodybuilding. I used to be a bodybuilder, so I see it in terms of that. You don't do one workout and all of a sudden you're fucking strong and all the things, right? You don't do 3 workouts and you're done. You don't do 4 workouts or a week's worth of workouts or a month's worth of workouts. It's a journey. Okay? You keep doing it. And the best thing we can do is to utilize the tools that we've learned or that we've gathered on our journey to be able to help us and support us in our journey as we continue. Okay. So, I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from of like, you want to heal everything. But it has to be a process because like, that's what we're here for, is like just the process of it. So enjoy the process. Do your best to enjoy the process. Okay. Wow. I'm way behind on messages. Let me. Oh, you're welcome, Sophia. I hope they bring you some comfort and a little bit of like insight. Ultimately, you get to choose. Okay, so let me actually I don't do gifts first. I mean, I enjoy the gifts and I'm totally appreciative of them. But I actually do paid readings first. In answering to your question, Bailey. I'm doing my best to get through all of the comments. I'm way fucking behind. So if anybody's asking about someone who has passed, like a loved one, I'm seeing a lot of comments around that. That's considered, I consider that mediumship, and that is a paid service. Okay, to get into it and to really bring through a lot of that, because then I have to pull. No, I don't have to pull. It's not about pulling or whatever. It's more about like the expenditure of the energy, and so that's more of a paid service. But the most I can do for a question is like a yes or no, and be like, yeah, yep. So if you're looking for something a little bit more in depth, I would invite you to consider donating. Okay. Hi, Roxy. How are you? Okay. So, Maisie, in response to your question, a lot of times we confuse people with being our soulmate or our twin flame or our whatever with having a strong energetic pull or energetic attraction to them. A lot of times when we think someone is our soulmate, it's not necessarily that they're maybe not our soulmate or that they are our soulmate or whatever. I don't really like getting caught up in labels because that can really confuse people. It can really confuse the situation. You're like, wait, is it? Is it not? Is it not? Who cares? At the heart of the matter, what quality does this person signify to you? Is it stability? Is it strength? Is it love? Is it connection? Is it passion? Is it lust? What's the quality? Because at the heart of the matter, at the core of the issue, or at the heart of the core or the core of the matter or whatever, it's really just a reflection. They're just a reflection of something that's already within you that wants to be noticed and that wants to be like, you know, sometimes, a lot of times it wants to be healed. And if we heal our own shit and we can utilize those connections, those connections or those connections to like say, hey, what does that remind me of in here? Who does this person remind me of, or what quality do they represent to me? That's kind of what I'm being called to share there for whatever reason. You know, take it how it resonates. And I know that's not quite answering your question, but that's what I'm being called to share for that. Okay. Oh, so I have some donations. Regina, you said you donated? Who else donated? Is somebody else donate on here? Hold on. Regina. Okay. All right. I got you, Regina. Let me know what it is that, like if you have a question or what would you like me to read for you, my dear? Oh, hi, Misfit. Oh, I like your name. How can I pay for a reading here on TikTok? So you, you can do this. So all the links are in my profile to donate. And these are for my paid readings to get, to get on the list and to ensure that you get a reading. Okay. And the donation exchange, the services that I offer are 20 for readings, 33 for energy work, and 33 for mediumship. I wish I had somebody on here that's done energy work with me before, because I'm fucking badass at it. But let me know. You're going through a Kundalini awakening. Whew. Yeah, let me tell you. Oh, you're getting ready to pay for mediumship? Okay, let me know. Let me know, girl. Let me know, girl. Okay, Regina. Okay, but here I go. Okay, all right. Okay, let me know, Misfit. You're an energy worker too? Is it a Medra or is it a Midra? I'm going to call you Goddess. Oh, okay, Moon Girl. Okay, Cash App. Okay, I got you. I got you. Hold on. All right. So is your name Divergent? Or what is your name? Or what do you want me to call you? You paid for mediumship. I'm going to write that down. Medium. And thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Oh, you're Reiki practitioner. Yeah. Same here. I'm a Reiki master in Usui, Holy Fire, and Karuna Ki. Oh, okay, Regina. Okay, got you. I already feel them coming through too. Very interesting. One moment. Let me gather myself. Let me gather myself first. So Regina is asking. Regina's asking, I'm doing a protection working from my room. Wanted to know who I can call upon to help guard my room. Like a guide or a deity. Yeah, I get that. A Medra. Okay, I got you. Thank you. Hi, Natalie. It's great to have you here. Welcome. Ah, Jennifer. Okay. I'm going to remember that. I'm going to remember your name. Yeah, we already are. Master, being a Reiki master, it's I feel like you could just tune in and it's all there. Oh, you're Egyptian. Oh, that's dope. Egyptian Reiki. Yeah, it's all about like all of the different energies. I like Divergent because I practice almost everything. Herbs, mild. Is it mild or light energy? Astral. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. Divergent. I like that. That's dope. Good for you. You go, girl. Be yourself. Okay. Um. Oh, see, yeah. Okay. Thoughts on star seeds. I mean, there's all kinds of thoughts I have on star seeds. I feel like, I mean, it depends on what you're asking. Then if it's not your vibe, then it's not your vibe. Bye-bye. We love you. You don't have to be here. Um, okay. All right. So we're gonna go with Regina. So if so if anybody's wanting to know like about Kristen and who else? Pikachu. Y'all said you're asking about star seeds. If you want to hang out for a minute, I would love to answer that and kind of like just share my own perspective because I consider myself a star seed. Star seeds are mostly like souls who are more galactic. You know, we have like more galactic origins, and we came here to Earth to bring those celestial, galactic, angelic realms and anchor them here, create heaven on Earth. Ooh, that gave me chills. So, oh, one. So Pikachu, you're saying you're told that your higher self is serious. One. So I would take that as how I would see that is because you're multidimensional. You exist in all different planes simultaneously, here and now. So one of your selves is from Sirius. Okay. I just got into it. Just got into it. Okay. You see yourself as a light being, like electricity. Heck yeah. uh, all right. Okay. So Regina, let's go back to Regina. Let's focus. Focus. um. All right. Let me focus because Regina paid for a reading. Okay, Regina, I already felt him come through. So let me connect to your energy consciously. And let me know in the comments that you're still here, Regina. I just want to let you know. I would just want to know that you're still here. Okay. Okay. Regina, for you, okay, you're here. Good. For you, I'm feeling angelic realm. First guy that popped in was Archangel Michael because he has this sort of truth. Um, it feels like calling in Archangel Michael and maybe even doing some like research about him. If you don't already know, things about him, maybe do some research. Because what they're showing me is maybe doing some like research on the webs, on the interwebs, and then kind of looking through the information and see what vibes with you or for you, or just simply, connect directly because you have that fucking power. And let's see. One moment. No, he wants to come in directly. So if you felt the shift in energy, Archangel Michael came in directly. So I would recommend Archangel Michael and any other angels that you feel like guided specifically to. The other one I get is Archangel Raphael, as I believe I'm not super versed in the angels and the different things, different qualities. I like to have my own experience and make my own choices of how they work with me and they work for me. But that's me. Okay. I invite others to do the same, but that's your choice. So I hear Archangel Michael. Specifically, what I hear from Archangel Michael is take him around the perimeter in, what would this be? Clockwise. Take him around, like call him in and have him to like walk around your room in a clockwise motion and have him follow you and kind of like just envision him or know him or feel him that he's there with you and clearing anything that needs to go, that's not yours, that's not your energy, that's not for your highest good. So he's going to clear all of that out with that sword. And at the same time, he's going to build a boundary, create a boundary. Okay, so setting that intention, asking Archangel Michael, calling him in, however that feels best to you, walking in a clockwise motion around your room, asking him, setting the intention that he cut any cords, cut anything out, release anything from your room, clear anything from your room that is not yours, that is not of the highest love, the highest light, that is not serving you in the highest and best way. Cutting all of that out, as well as creating a boundary and walking with him walking around the room in a clockwise motion. From door, clockwise, bam, back around to the door. And then you want to seal the door. Okay? When that is done, you want to call in Archangel Raphael and just bring him into the center of the room, like into the rest of the room, not just the center. It can be just the center, but it feels like into the bulk of the room, like into the rest of the room. Okay. Because I want to say Raphael is good with healing, and it feels like he would be a good vibe to create a nice, calm, centered vibe. Okay. Here's the thing. You want to do this regularly. Call in Archangel Michael, do the thing. Call in Archangel Raphael, do the thing. You want to do this. I want to say you want to do this for the first 5 days. So you want to do this 5 days straight. And then after that, I would say once a week. For like a month. So first 5 days, do it daily. And then for the next month, for the next 4 weeks, do it and then see how that shifts your energy. See how that shifts the vibe in your room. Okay. And then from there, you can kind of play and see what vibe, if there's any other angels, feel free to call them in. But those two specifically are coming forward. They're stepping forward. Okay. Um, okay. Yeah. Is there any, yeah, let me see. Let me see. Um, oh, there's also archangel incense for each. Yeah. Of course. There's like all kinds of things for everybody. Um, I knew I needed protection, but not that much. Well, what this is like an energetic, it's creating your own energetic space. And in these times, that's super, super important. Um, it's kind of like brushing your teeth. Um, like, would you go all day without brushing your teeth? Most likely not. Would you go, however many days without taking a shower? Most likely not. Unless you're like me and sometimes you forget and you're like, wait, when was the last time? Um, but like, it's more about creating a boundary and creating a space and claiming your space. And it feels like that's going to help. It's not just about protection. Um, it's more about claiming and creating your space while having the added benefit of protection. Okay. Dragon's blood is really good. Dragon's blood is really good at clearing a lot of stuff, especially heavy stuff. Well, you had spiders crawling on me in my door frames, etc. I was assigned to do, and it was my sign to do protection spells. Ah, I get you. I get you. Yeah, it also makes sense about creating space. Yeah, that's the kind of that's the vibe that I get from them. Because Archangel Michael is going to help clear anything that is not conducive to your highest good from your space, and he's going to create a boundary. So you want to be very clear in your intention, and then also see that as you're doing it, see yourself creating a boundary. See him creating the boundary. See you co-creating that boundary with him. Okay? Like, I almost see it as like a bright electric blue wall of energy creating space. And okay, that's a good point. So you want to do the boundary line, right? You also want to do the ceiling and do the floor. Don't forget to do the ceiling and the floor. And then bring in Raphael for the internal, the inner space, and that feels like it's gonna lighten a lot of things up and help you energetically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, etc. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Jennifer. Spiders can mean good, though. It also depends because we all have different associations with different uh, medicine that animals or critters bring in. But I agree. I see spiders as good things, but like, I also am like, nope. If I ever see one, I'm like, okay, you're going outside, guy. um, Y'all are just having a conversation. I like it. Flying at me at night and day all the time. Pikachu says call in Metatron. Metatron's a really great one to call into. I was feeling him as well, but he kind of stepped aside. So, call in whoever. Yeah, Metatron's my dude. Oh, you're scared of them? They're always out to show me. I'm here. Ah. Really? You think Metatron's lesser known? I think he's like, well, to me, in my head, I work with him and Archangel Sandalphon quite a bit, or at least I did. Those guys are my guys. Like super big energy. Yeah, they do. You're already crying with how many spiders are coming your way. Yeah, I agree, Amedra. It's whoever you connect with, what's best for you spiritually. It's all about the self. Yeah. Always come back to yourself. I always come back to yourself. Those are just who I feel for the moment. And then after that, start experimenting. Start like opening yourself. Okay, like who else do I feel wants to come in? You know, you can even do that before like the month or whatever is up. You know, always go with like your own gut. But I get like if maybe you're looking for guidance and you're like, wait, where do I begin? You're maybe not sure where to begin. I would start with those two and then kind of act, maybe play around or ask, you know, kind of who else wants to come in and see who's the highest and best for you to bring in. Or who do you want to work with? You know what I mean? Okay, so I hope that helps, Regina. Did that help? But that's what I feel for you, my dear. Okay, Jennifer. You asked for, okay, good. That's awesome. Okay. So Jennifer is asking for mediumship. So have you seen me do mediumship here, Jennifer? I can explain it for those who may not be aware. So there's typically two phases that we go into. For the first part is like identifying who's coming through. Unless you want to connect with someone specifically, we can also connect with someone specifically. That actually might be easier for me, because it's like I can pinpoint energy really good. But when I have to like describe things, I've had a couple that came in, was it the week before last week, that they weren't sure who I was describing. I was like, this person is here. And it was like, okay, you could maybe disregard the person. Maybe it's not about the person. It's more about the message. So just know that might happen. I feel like the more open you are, the easier it might be. So the first phase is about identifying, connecting to that person, to that being. Okay. The second part of that is they bring in a message. Sometimes that consists of energy work. Sometimes it consists of light codes, healing, etc. But typically they will have some kind of healing message or message to bring you like insights, awareness, clarity, healing, etc. Okay. Thank you, Madeline. But the starseed thing though. Also, do they have something to do with water? Who are you talking to me, Regina, or are you talking to somebody else? Because y'all having a good old time. Oh, you did? Oh, you sent in, okay. Misfit. Oh, Erin. Okay, I got you. You sent in for, okay. You sent in for, thank you for letting me know, because I didn't know. I didn't see that. Mediumship. Okay, so did you get all of that, Jennifer? Oh, okay, so you said I have a huge family, so, no. So, but personally, someone that I know and knows me well. Okay. So I got you, Erin. I'm going to read, it's already coming through. So I'm going to do Jennifer's mediumship first, and then we'll get to you, Erin. Okay. And if anybody else wants to send in or donate for a paid reading, the donation exchange is 20 for readings to get on the list, 33 for energy work, and 33 for mediumship. Or you can just stick around for more free readings. Okay, it's up to you. Originally you, but y'all, yeah. There's a whole fucking group. You said my uncle or my ex that passed. Okay. Hi, Oak Flower. How are you, my dear? I haven't seen you in a while. Okay, Jennifer, if your phone is freezing, try going out and coming back in, and let me know when you come back in. If you even see this, I want to make sure. And then Starseed class. Yeah, we could totally do Starseed class. Let's do Starseed class. Every time it's for me, my phone freezes. Okay. So anytime, so if it does freeze on you, Jennifer, or anybody else, if it freezes on you, just know that I post all of my lives on my YouTube channel. So if you miss something and I'm reading for you, or you just want to go back and like maybe you missed something, maybe you want to, whatever the case is, you can always go back there. Okay. It'll be posted later, probably tomorrow. Okay. So Jennifer, let's focus. And you have okay, so we're always going to make the, okay. All right. Things are happening. One moment. We're explaining boundaries right now. Okay. I actually might have both uncle and ex. Not sure, but I'm going to listen for information, okay? So the first thing I'm getting, okay. So before I get into that, because it's going to take, I want to make sure that there's a connection actually happening, and that you can identify the person. I mean, I know I definitely have males here, and it feels like two of them. So I feel like it is, who you asked for. But because I do want to make sure that there is a connection there, I'm going to describe the energy, translate the energy as best as I can. And I might ask you some questions, okay? So just be prepared to maybe answer. That's typically how mediumship will work. Okay, so who wants to come in first? This is really interesting. I get like a cowboy hat with like almost like a sheriff star. So like the star with the circle around it, like a sheriff hat. I don't know if this makes any sense, but I'm starting to see that. And I don't know if this is like a symbol or what this is meant to be. But that's the first thing I'm seeing. So I don't know. I feel like this is more of uncle energy. It feels kind of silly, kind of goofy, and a little bit more lighthearted. Um, so as I'm connecting to this energy, was your uncle someone who was like more of like the joking kind of uncle, kind of lighthearted? I hear life of the party. Was he kind of like that type of personality? I also feel sense um shorter brown hair, I want to say. Um because I'm kind of getting this like kind of yeah, kind of combed back but shorter brown hair. um Your ex? Oh no, that's uncle. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it feels like uncle energy, to be honest. It feels like kind of light-hearted, playful, maybe even goofy kind of uncle. Not necessarily goofy in like a negative context, but like joking, playful. That's the person who I feel is coming through. Okay, is that uncle? Let me get some water. Okay. Okay. So uncle is here. Okay. He wants to bring his message in first, if that's okay. So I'm going to listen for a moment. I'm going to listen to him for a moment. Okay. When I'm listening, the first thing I'm hearing, it's like I don't know if I'm translating this properly or correctly, but it feels like I'm proud of you. And it feels like there's a, like, I'm proud of you, baby girl. I don't know if that's anything that he ever said to you or if he called you, but it's kind of like in that context. So I would say it's more of like a, a term of endearment, like expressing his, uh, fondness and his, pride in who you are, who you express as, and who you are becoming, continuing to be. There's he's saying there's no doubt. Also, from his current vantage point, he can see you a lot more clearly than he maybe could have in life. And this goes for like family. This goes for like family, like the whole nine. He sees things a lot clearer now, because of where he is and the vantage point that he has. Here's the thing: he is crossed over. He is okay. He's wanting to confirm that, so there's a confirmation if that was needed. There's a confirmation. Yes, I'm crossed over. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. The other part of this is keep going. You got this. Keep going. He's making reference to strength, to your inner strength, your ability to be strong in situations where even when you think you're going to crumble, even when you think you can't take anymore, you still manage to derive strength. You still manage to connect to the inner strength within you. He says that's one of your greatest assets. That's one of your greatest strengths. That gives you the ability to keep going, to learn more, to expand more, to grow. Keep growing. Use your strength, your inner strength, in order to keep fueling you to keep going, so that you can grow, so that you can expand and continue to ascend, expand, the same thing. He's very encouraging. He's very encouraging. He keeps saying, you got this, you got this, you got this. Even when you think you don't, you have it, you got it. And you got it more than you actually know that you do sometimes. So maybe feel into that. I would invite you to feel into that a little bit more. I can't say much more than that. But feel into that. Okay. He wants to step away. He said that's kind of indicating that that's what he came to say. He's proud of you. Keep going. You got this. And remember your inner strength, because that's gonna allow you to keep going and to keep expanding. Okay. Okay. Next person. Let me kind of look. Wow. I love him so much. He was my everything. When he passed, it broke my heart deeply. Well, he's with you. Our loved ones are never really not with us. I mean, they do ascend, they do their own thing. And so sometimes, we don't necessarily want to, they can be in many different places at once. Okay. They understand their multidimensionality from where they are. They're more connected to their multidimensionality. So they can be doing things, their own things, and also be here with us. Okay. They don't miss us. They don't miss us the way that we miss them, because we're still reconnecting to spirit, as a collective and as individuals. But like them, they're connected. They're like, I see you all the time. They don't feel that missing or that longing. Okay. So just know that they're always with you. Okay. That's like a universal, I would say that's like a universal truth. Most of our loved ones that have crossed over, are continue to be with us, because they're, that's kind of just how it works, I guess. I don't know how to really explain that. Okay. So I do have another person. This guy feels younger. The first thing that I hear with him, hardworking. You might know him as hardworking. I would even describe him as almost an embodiment, like a physical embodiment of your inner strength. Like, I don't know if he was physically strong, but the only way I know how to describe it is like how strong you are internally. He feels that strong physically. So I don't know if your ex was like really physically strong, or if he just was like a presence about him, like his aura. But that's how he comes through. Okay, he comes through strong, hardworking. That was me. Um, and then the other, how do I say it? The other way to describe him, the other description that I get is pretty simple. Pretty simple. Feels pretty simple. Like, I'm the type of guy that doesn't need much. I'm generally a happy person. Yeah, I deal with my stuff, but was more like simple. And that doesn't, I mean that in, I don't mean that in a negative way, in a negative sense. Just simple. Like, he didn't need a lot to feel happy or to feel fulfilled or to feel, yeah, to feel happiness. Okay. Does this describe your ex? Yes. Okay. He was a walking angel that could light up a room. Wow. That's beautiful. So this is him. Okay. He just wanted to, he's coming through this way so that you can make that connection. It is in fact him. The first thing that he wants to say is he's around you a lot. Okay. Ah, that's beautiful. Um, it feels, I'm not quite getting any imagery with this, but it feels like he sends you flowers. I would even say maybe butterflies. But it feels like he sends you things, like sends you little signs, like, hey, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with you. So it does feel like he's around you a lot. Um, Looking after, guiding. He's volunteered. Can you volunteer? Okay. I guess. This is the word that I'm hearing. I'm like, okay. What is that? Can you do that? He says he volunteered to be part of your like one of your guides, like on your spirit team. He's volunteered to be on your team. And a lot of the people that we know, or a lot of times the people that we've known in this life, they do become like guides, spirit guides, etc. for us. So he wants you to know he is one of your guides. it's it's not in a creepy way. He says not in a creepy way. He's not like checking up on you or anything like a jealous ex. Just more of like like I feel like a pure, genuine love. Very unconditional, very heartfelt, very just like warm, loving. Because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. So know that he's guiding you, okay? I'm just listening for a minute. Okay. He actually would like me. He's wanted me to do a little bit of energy work, if that's okay. Okay. Let me know in the comments if you accept. You do not have to accept it. You can say no, and we can send it to your higher self. That gets to be your choice. But I'm feeling that there is some energy work around the solar plexus as well as the sacral, because I feel those energy. I feel those my energy centers like vibrating, like kind of almost pulsating. So you accept? Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna connect to, and it's always my intention that it's always for your highest and best good. No harm is done. He says he would like for me to facilitate some healing around the solar plexus and around, like, I kind of get more womb. I mean, it's connected to the sacral, but it feels more like womb as it kind of connects to the solar plexus. Okay. So I'm just gonna invite you to close your eyes. You can always keep them open if you wish. In any case, I would just feel into your solar plexus. Keep your awareness on your solar plexus and your womb space. Just kind of feel, okay? We're going to call in pure source consciousness, and we're going to bring that pure source consciousness into your solar plexus and into your womb space, your sacral, clearing out, calling for a sweep of any and all old energies that no longer serve. That are not yours. Or perhaps that you inherited that were also never yours. Yes. Ish. Isa ahas. Shiki nahi yasa. E ashanati yasihi yasa. I ilaha wasa natiasa natisiasa natakuasa. Ya asa tohole ate kiana te asa koto wasa te kiasa te kiasa te kiasa te koto. Go ahead and take a deep breath for me. Elama ya toa siki anati o sakatiti hasatata hasatata Yanata ya say nanata ya tatata hatata 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 Ikiwa ni ya sakatati tutu ya tatata ya nanta kate warasa tatati ya nanta toto tatata titi titi hanato ya tatata ya tato Shigi ui ale anata kua sene kato Go ahead and take another deep breath for me. Just keeping your awareness on your solar and your womb space. We're going to go ahead and just balance the energies out. In naha na aisi e o ue hi asana te ku asana te kata te ue te te ata te to asana te ku te te. So just let that percolate, let that circulate, let that energy flow through you. So the other thing that I was hearing, like even before I began, was like this was a gift that he wanted to bring to you specifically. So thank you for receiving, he says. Thank you for accepting my gift. I just kept hearing like gift, this is a gift, this is a gift. So he's like basically saying, thank you for receiving my gift. Okay. He's like the stuff that you were holding on to, you don't need it. You don't need it. So you might feel within the next couple of days some shifts like internally. And I always encourage people when they do a session with me or they receive energy work, I would encourage you to drink quite a bit of water to help facilitate the conductivity of this throughout your whole body, your cells, as well as to help flush any extra toxins that are in the body, in the physical body. Okay. So we're just finishing up. So connecting back to your ex, this was the reason he wanted to come through, and that you felt him. There's a reason why you wanted to bring him through and you wanted to connect to him, because he had somewhere subconsciously, somewhere intuitively, you knew he had something for you that you needed at this time. Okay. So he just wants to confirm that for you. I don't know if that's something that you were thinking or whatever, but he's saying this is a confirmation. But that was the reason he wanted to come through. And this is also coinciding with the message from your uncle talking about strength. A lot of times our strength can be held, it can be associated in the solar plexus. Because that's it's like our internal sun. And from that internal sun, we can derive strength, from our own brilliance, from our own magnificence, from our own light. And that's, the way that I read it, it's like a source of strength for us. Okay. And so these two beings wanted to come in as a way of kind of connecting to you, as well as bringing in intertwined messages / gift. Okay. So I'm just going to seal that. I'm putting you in an egg of amethyst, is what I'm hearing to use. Okay, my dear. So feel free to come back to your body if you have not already, and come back to the room. Your uncle and your ex are kindly stepping away, stepping out of my field. That typically indicates to me the end of the reading. Let me come back. That's a lot. Okay. Let me know how that went for you, Jennifer. That's quite a bit. We cleared a lot. We cleared a lot in a little bit of time. Is it starseed time? I still have Aaron's reading to do. I'm so happy and sad, but happy, sad. I totally get it. There's a lot of mixed. That's partially because we are moving a lot. Like the word I hear, consolidated. So we consolidated a pretty significant healing in a short, compact amount of time. So I would say be gentle with yourself and let whatever needs to come out or to flow, tears, whatever, just kind of be gentle with yourself and let whatever comes up just come up and like move through you. Okay. That's where the water comes in. The water is going to really help facilitate the movement of all of that energy. Okay. Yeah. What Amedra said. Okay. So Erin, are you here, my dear? Ba, 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 ba. She's like, I'll be patient. You feel lighter in that area? That's good. Ish. We will get to starseed time. But felt like a massage. Yeah, there was, yeah. I'm glad that you felt it. Another thing that you can do to help facilitate the release of energies is salt bath. I love salt baths. They're great. So maybe a salt bath, lots of water. And then kind of just be aware of anything that's coming up or any intuition that kind of comes through. And if you connect to your uncle, if you're like talking to them, the messages might feel more clear. They might feel clear, or like they might feel like they come through in a clearer way for the next couple of days. Not that you can't not that I'm implying that you can't connect otherwise or that I did the work or anything. That's just how it comes through to me. So I'm relaying that. Okay. All right. Erin, my dear, my lovely, was there somebody specific that you wanted to connect to? I'm going to remember your name now. Oh no. What's going on here? How is... All right, I just want to make sure. How is the connection? Good? Bad? Spotty? Do I need to come back? Yeah. It's hood now. Okay. All right. I can always stop the live and come back in. So let me know. I have no problem doing that. Still good? We still good? Erin said, we're Gucci. We're Gucci. Erin said it's freezing for her. So I'm gonna, good. All right. Erin, are we good? Are you good? I'm gonna wait for Erin. Okay, it's good. Okay, cool. All right. Energies are strong tonight. So Erin, do you have someone specific in mind that you would like to receive a message from, or are you kind of open to seeing who shows up? Because keep in mind, sometimes I've found that they're unidentifiable. That's only happened 2 times. So, on my lives. So, I don't know why. But let me know. In the interim, it doesn't have to be anyone specific. I know a couple guides are ready to get me. I like it. I don't know why I'm picking up a brother, but this is your show. You might already be connecting. You said nobody specific. Okay, so do you want it to be? Here's the thing. I think some of the people or the beings that we were unable to identify in past lives, I had some kind of other information come in, or like knowing come in, that it might have been like a guide or like a different kind of being that was around the family. So I want to get really specific. Do you want someone from your bloodline that's crossed over, that's ascended? We're only connecting with like high benevolent ancestors here. Or are you open to like guides, galactic guides, angelic guides, etc.? Because like we have to be specific. Cosmic being? Okay. I can connect to anything. Yeah. Mediums connect. I can connect to anything. I'm super fucking, that's the gift of empathy. I can connect to anything. Knowing me, I'd be drinking Red Bull. You drink your water, girl. I mean, it gets to be your choice, but definitely drink some water. Okay, I'm open to whoever comes through first, if you're up to that. I just know there's something I need. Okay, I got you. So I'm gonna set some protocols, or not protocols. I'm gonna set some intentions to make sure that like it's only the highest beings. So let me tune into your energy first. Yeah. Okay, there you are. Okay. This feels like a guide. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Excellent. So as I'm connecting and as I was setting the intentions, it's for your highest and best good. It's only the highest, most benevolent beings that want to connect with you. What I feel is I feel my energy go straight up. This feels typically when I feel, I would say most of the time when I feel my energy go straight up, it means we're going to start connecting multidimensionally. And it feels like there's an aspect of you, a multidimensional aspect of you that wants to come in that's also like a guide. That wants to reconnect. Is this something that you said you're open? So if you're open to that, you guide this version of you, this other version of you wants to connect and come in. Okay. I would say, yes, please. Been feeling disconnection. Oh, disconnection. Okay, for a minute. All right, we're gonna take this a little bit by little bit. Okay. Let me follow the energy and see where it goes. Okay. Every time I connect to this aspect of you, and I know that somebody was on earlier talking about Sirius, but every time I connect to this version of you, I keep hearing Sirius. So this feels to me like it would be a Sirian aspect, an aspect of you that is on Sirius, from Sirius, star system. Okay. I actually get more specifically Sirius B. Okay. The dog star. Which we're coming up on the 8/8 portal very, very soon here. The Lionsgate portal, which also connects us to Sirius star system. So it feels very aptly timed. Okay. There is an activation of your DNA that wants to come to you if this is something that you're open to. There's also a message here. So the way I feel it is like it's going to be like a whole download / transmission. Okay. Because you said you've been feeling disconnected. It feels like DNA activation to support the functionality of your multidimensional awareness. You're already multidimensional. You don't have to try to be, you already are. It's more about, on Earth we forgot, and we've chosen to be very specifically awareness oriented in these bodies. And sometimes that can lead us, or not lead us to feel, but sometimes that can cause us to kind of feel like disconnected and we forget. Okay. So if this is something that you're open to, let me know. Is that something that I see? Is it mermaids? I thought dog was A. B is, you know what? I don't know if it's like specific. Okay, you're open to it. Okay, cool. Hi, Monica. So how you get a reading is you can either, I'm finishing up with my paid reading with Erin, but if you are if you are open to sticking around for Starseed class, because we're gonna, people had some, I think we had some, wanted to discuss some things about Starseeds. So if you want to stick around later, or, you know, stick around for free readings, or if you would like to pay for a reading, you can let me know. But it's kind of like in process. Process. Okay. So going back to Aaron, you said yes. Okay, so we're gonna just download this straight. Activation. Okay, all right. I don't want to kick this out of the way. So Aaron, I just want you to begin to breathe into your heart. And for anybody else who is watching and wants to receive the spillover, you can intend to receive, and it is done. So go ahead and take some deep breaths for me, Aaron. Focus on your heart. So we're going to activate the heart and the DNA within the heart. Ineliahasa, Hihas, Mealahai, Woihais, Shu Ulias, Ialasas, Haianata Hii, who se hiasa, and that Yasianata Hase Sakata Umeas. Shuia is Isai and Ataiasa in it. Iasa, 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 Iasa. Continuing to breathe deeply into that heart space. Iiwe hiasa tatahasa. Ihi anata. He isiana toku uase sa ta 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 he ina ta 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 huasa. So the way I kind of feel it is there is quite a bit of heaviness around the heart being released, being cleared, that is causing the feeling of disconnection or the illusion of disconnection, the illusion of separation. Sometimes when we start to close the heart out of fear of being hurt again, or heartbreak, or, you know, not wanting to like take that risk and be vulnerable. We can also inadvertently hold on to heaviness or create heaviness around the heart. The heart needs to feel, okay? The heart needs to be able to feel even the emotions, the feelings that feel maybe unpleasant or maybe not so pleasurable. We need to be able to feel it all in order to integrate it, in order to heal it. The only way out is through, my dear. The only way out is through. The only way out is through. You must feel it to heal it. Ma hea sana tu e si hasi shiane tu ya si ati ati ana tu 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 tu. So I want you to begin to connect to this aspect of you, this multidimensional aspect of you that is connecting to you, cross-connecting to you from a parallel life stream from Sirius B. So wherever that feels like it is to you, you can always go up, and it feels like it's to the left. It feels like I go all the way up and it's to the left. However, if you feel that it's in a different position in your field, go with that. Go with whatever you feel. That's just how I'm connecting to this aspect of you. I Emilio ya si ana tia sana kani ana hoya si she ya sa ta 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 mai ta tu 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 ya sana ta ta has ta 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 mi ai no ya na ni na hasana na tu ya sana has ta 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 ya hoya na ta 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 has ta 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 ha na ta 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 tu na tu 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 tu. So this does feel like more of a feminine aspect or a feminine energy. And I feel more connected to emotional energies, which might take me to more of a mermaid type being. Because mermaids are a lot of what they symbolize is emotions, emotionality, and letting that flow. And feeling flow, fluidity, that feminine energy, very soft feminine, or fierce feminine, just feminine energy in general. So just kind of go with whatever comes to you. But it does I do kind of get like a mermaid vibe, but not the way that we might think or that we've been taught to view what a mermaid is. This is more of like a galactic mermaid being. This doesn't feel like a earth mermaid. This feels like more like blue skin. Okay, I get like blue skin. I almost see like a blue skin with almost like what you might interpret as stars, like sparkles or stars on her skin. It's really interesting. I wish I could draw it. I wish I could show it to you, but that's kind of what I see. And this is the aspect of you that is reminding you to connect to your emotions, to allow your emotions to flow through you. You are not your emotions, right? It's just energy in motion, emotion. But closing them down, closing them off, suppressing them, not wanting to feel them because they are maybe perhaps perceived by you as uncomfortable or not so pleasant. It disallows the flow of the divine being you are. You are not your emotions, but your emotions are part of this experience. They are part of the divine experience that you have incarnated in, within the encasement or the body or the vessel that you are in currently, the more you allow yourself to feel, the more the more you connect to the many aspects of you there are. The more you allow yourself to feel, the greater acceptance you allow to flow to you and through you. You have chosen a very unique experience within the multiverse. Not all beings experience emotions. Part of the gift of emotion is to understand the different components that are within manifestation, as you would call it. Emotion, emotionality is one component, one very powerful component within manifestation, within how you create your reality. So disallowing your emotions to flow stops part of the creation process. The more you allow your emotions to flow through you, in whatever form they may take, the more you allow yourself to understand how you create. So feel, so feel, so feel. We invite you to feel. There is a balance. To not get stuck in the emotion, to identify, over-identify as the emotion and get stuck. But to understand and to remember how to allow those emotions to flow through you, to feel them as deeply as you can, and while also understanding they are not you, they are simply an energy that needs to move through you in any given now moment. So feel, so feel, so feel as deeply as you can. Happiness, anger, sadness, grief. Feel it. Also understand it is not you. Do not over-identify with it. Allow it to move through you. The only way out is through. Okay, so this is me. This is me again. Um, there's still some energy going on for sure. So take as long as you need, Erin. Um, I don't know if you could tell. I started to go into like a channeling state. I started to channel this aspect of you, and the messages that needed to come through. Uh, so take your time. I still feel the energy quite intensely. um, so just kind of give yourself your own timing. There's a lot of love being you're there's a lot of love being beamed at you, through you, and to you. Just allow yourself to feel it. Okay. Um, I'm just gonna gonna connect, or kind of just listen in to see if there's anything else. Excuse me. So that is my that's kind of my sign as to like there's still a lot flowing through. There's some clearing going on. There's a lot kind of like moving through. So just allow yourself to move through, or allow it to move through you. Again, I would recommend drinking a lot of water over the next couple of days, and just in general, because we're humans and we need water. But definitely drink a lot of water to help facilitate the conductivity of all of that activation that just happened. Okay. Um, Salt bath, if that's something that resonates, I definitely recommend that. Lots of water, and then really be gentle with yourself and be open to any additional messages that come through, because you said you've been feeling disconnected. Okay. So the way we connect or reconnect is that we make the time to listen in and to really get quiet. I definitely understand how sometimes we're just not feeling like there's anything coming in. We definitely there are those stages sometimes that we experience, like, we don't feel like the things are coming in. A lot of times that might mean that we're either not listening and it's time to like quiet the mind, calm down, come to a silent space, and get below and underneath the frequency of thought, and just be to pure beingness. And that takes some time, that takes some practice. It's also a choice. And a lot of times we can't hear or perceive the information or the insights or the guidance coming in because we're not allowing ourselves to become still. Okay. This is another great way that we can really refine our intuition, really refine our gifts and abilities, is that we get still. Okay. So I would invite you to do some more silent meditations where you're not thinking. And whenever you find yourself thinking, okay, quiet the mind. You don't want to force anything out of the mind, or because that just creates more static, creates more ripples in the lake, so to speak. But you just kind of want to come to a place of stillness. And that might be a process. And whatever that process is for you, it's perfect. Okay. So I feel like that's coming in, like, take that however it resonates. But it does feel like maybe give yourself some time, take some time to really tune in. And if you're not receiving anything, okay. Anyways, just allow yourself to be silent and still. I promise you something will eventually come in if you just accept that sometimes some things aren't meant to come in, maybe in that moment. Okay. That's kind of how I feel it coming through. So I'm just going to relay it like that. Other than that, other than that, I'm losing all of my words. Let me know how that is, Erin. Okay, she said, thank you for this. This block has been so challenging on my heart chakra, just beautiful. Oh, so that's she's like, scroll up, bitch. Um, um, I'm glad that was what you needed. There's all kinds of things. Okay, so is it freezing again? It's good on my end. Let me know. Let me know how the. Whew, my goodness, that's a lot. He's like, scroll up. I'm scrolling up. I would say most people choose not to feel emotion. Yeah, I know. I was one of those people because I was feeling so much, so sensitive, and I experienced so much. I just experienced so many traumas in my past, and it was so heartbreaking and so hopeless. And I was just like, I don't want to fucking feel anything. And so I would agree. I would absolutely agree. Um, um, You weren't lying when you said, how long do I have to scroll up? Okay. All right. There it is. So I'm being guided to yell, yes. I was brought here with a fiery urgency. Wow. So I'm being guided to yell, yes. Fuck yeah. Yes. Yes. What does it mean when synced with the moon on your cycle? I mean, what is it? What do you feel that it means for you? You know, is it a new moon, a full moon? What phase of the moon is it? And then I would kind of listen in because I feel like it's different for everybody. But it could mean like wherever the moon is in its cycle, that could maybe inform where you might be in your own cycle. Yeah. I am not on my cycle. Are you guys all on your cycle? Oh wow, you're always on the full moon. Wow. Okay, so let me scroll a little bit down. You said, yes, I get visions of a mothership often, but in the sky, maybe I'll see it. See this being soon as well. A lot of times they come into our internal awareness first because it's a way of like prepping us and priming us for full-on disclosure and like in our face. Erin says, you are spot on, and I feel the block quite physically in my heart chakra. So beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so let me. I love how you guys are just like, we're this own little this own little community going in. Okay, so I'm still scrolling through the comments. Asking any fire sign to meditate. Slow your ass down. I mean, meditation can look like so many different things, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes but I do feel like there's at least for me, because I'm a Virgo, and I can get very, very cerebral, very, very, like that Mercury is like, wants to go all the time. So like slowing my thoughts down, it's so beneficial. I think it's ba, 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 ba. I'm getting a loop. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't want to go. um okay, so I'm getting okay, all right. I'm in Texas, it's almost 3. Yeah, it's 1:44 here. All right. So are we good? Are we good here? Are we good, guys? Gals? Fellow human travelers? It's the witching hours. I'm here for it. Yeah, my birthday is coming up. Yep. Um, so Starseed talk is was there any okay, is there any specific questions or comments or is there anything specific around like starseeds that y'all wanted to like discuss or anything? Because I'm here for it. Like there's like I have so much to share, but I don't always know how to share. She's got, I'm here. Um, ba, 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 ba. You gotta be up in less than an hour, Monica. Why are you here? She's like, I am here. The only way through it is to feel it. Yeah. I'm kind of scrolling back up and down. Well, hi, Kirsten. How are you? Can who be sarcastic at a-holes? Who are we talking about? I have all the questions. Oh, you have all the can starseeds? Are you talking about starseeds? Our higher starseed self, can they be sarcastic a-holes? I would say a general rule. I think there's a level of discernment that needs to be had. I would say if our highest self doesn't know duality, it doesn't know fear, it can't exist in those realms. So I would say if there's beings that are coming through or that you're hearing or that you're perceiving that are sarcastic and it's in duality, it feels separate. It's coming through in separation, in duality. I would say that's not a highest self. I'm not quite sure what you mean by highest starseed self because you are a starseed. You are a starseed, and then you have like your highest self. So like I'm not quite sure how you're defining that. But like, can high benevolent spirits be a little sarcastic? Yeah, like I could see how they can definitely be sarcastic, I guess. It though a true benevolent being would also, you would feel the love there. Like they could be sarcastic, but you would also feel the love. They wouldn't necessarily be an asshole and be like, get up, mother, like in a way that is seeped or seated in duality or separation or fear, etc. Does that make sense? Yeah, it could be ego. Yeah. You might, yeah, ego. Oh, you're welcome, Erin. I didn't see that. I'm going to meditate and do some more releasing. Thank you for being here, Erin. We appreciate you. I appreciate you, if you're even still here. This might be a dumb question, but how do you know if you're a starseed? I've always been able to see and hear things others can't, and I'm so in love with anything space. I always go into, I mean, yeah, like who said it? Um, Pikachu, you said like honestly, you're here right now. So if you're here, it's probably a sign that you're a starseed. Also, I would just feel in, you know, a starseed is more like of a cosmically origin uh, oriented being. Um, but there's many different types of star seeds, you know, just like there's many different types of humans. We're all different races, colors, creeds, all of things. So we're not all the same. We're not all we're purposefully not meant to be the same because we all have different codes and different pieces of the puzzle. But if I would say if you resonate with the term starseed, you're probably a starseed. But that gets to be your choice, you know, because starseed, just as it can be like a really awesome new thing to discover, at a certain point it can become like a limiting thing. And it's like, wait, what? Because we're actually all from source, right? And starseed is another way to kind of like know the self through. It's like another perception or another lens to know the self through. Okay. That's kind of how I see it. I always stare at the stars and I feel like home is there. Yeah. 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 I've always, ever since a little girl, I've always been like, oh, I like space. It's so pretty up there. uh, so pretty. So can we check? Where do I send? I'm not sure what you're meaning. Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to me? Or who are you talking to? Um, I'm extremely in tune to emotions and sometimes strangely know things before they happen. That feels like precognition. Yeah, that feels like you're precogging. That feels like precognition to me. Oh, money, money. This money. The money sweets. Oh, where do you send it? So all the links are my profile. Are you wanting a paid reading? Is that what you're looking for? I just realized I'm going to call that multidimensional mediumship. So yeah, all the links are my profile. It's Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo. And then mediumship for something like I did, I'm going to call it multidimensional mediumship. You know, that's 33. I'm going to increase all of that. All of my prices are going to get increased for the lives anyway next week. So what exactly does that mean? I don't know. What was I saying? What was I saying? But let me know, Pikachu. Let me know. Oh, Cash App incoming. Okay, I will. I will. What did you want? What was it that you wanted, my dear? I'm gonna call that. It's like multi-dimensional mediumship. That was interesting. Oh, if I know how to spell. Also, while I have y'all here, um, and just for those on the replay as well, if you're interested in, you know, learning how to develop your empathy or any abilities or looking for healing, how to process emotions, shadow work, belief work. If there's like any of those things, if you're sensitive, if you identify as a starseed, you want to know how to go deeper, let me know. Send me like an email through my website, or you can email me directly. I mean, it's going to go directly to me through my website, but you can email me. Oops. kind of jacked that up. I kind of jacked it up. But you can email me here because I'm actually looking. You can email me at infinitelove@gmail.com and let me know because I'm feeling really inspired to put together a group and a group rate and kind of like, help people go through their stuff because I'm really good at that stuff. Oh, Cash App. Okay, got you. Okay, there you do. There you are. Okay. What I'm about to do. Are you thinking about doing the same thing? Sent. Okay. Yeah. Let me know. I did receive it, my dear. Thank you for the payment / donation. What did you want? What is your name? Did you ever tell me your name? Because I remember your name being Pikachu, but I'm like, what can I call you? Or I can just call you Pika. That's fine. Oh, Ash. Cool. Ash. I want to talk to the star being from earlier. Which one? The one that I channeled from Aaron? That's Aaron's multidimensional self. Wouldn't you want to connect to your own multidimensional self? Oh, yours. Oh, okay. Were we talking to one that was yours earlier? That's interesting. Okay. He came through in a different reading. The nature of this work means I forget. I mean, if you have an intention, I didn't do a reading for you today, did I? It was the other time that I did a reading for you, right? Oh, not with you. Okay, not with you. All right. So if you have an intention for a certain being to come through, I can utilize your intention and I can feel that and then like pull it through that way. If that's what you want to do, we can do that. Okay, cool. All right. So this is a multi-dimensional being. Actually, we'll see. All right. All right. Okay. I got to put my other foot on the ground though, because I got to be grounded. Let me grab some water. All right, Ash. 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 Okay. Ash. All right. Okay. So where are you at? Let me find you. Okay. I got you. So we're looking to connect to this other being. I'm going to connect to your intention. So I want you to, Ash, I want you to think and intend to connect to this being because I'm going to connect to this being through you. Okay? So I just want you to bring this being to mind. The last time you connected to this being. And we're going to see where it goes. One moment while we connect. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So as I connect to this being, feels like he's right above you. And for whatever reason, I get that there's three, but the way that this comes through is that almost like you would think of like the triple goddess, mother, maiden, crone. They're all different aspects of the feminine, right? All different, maybe facets, faces of the feminine, but they're all feminine. They're all kind of the same, but different. That's how this guy feels. That's just how I perceive him. That might be just how I perceive him though. But I feel like three in one. Okay. So I'm just asking if he has any, just talking to see if he has any messages or insights. He does. It's so interesting. Okay. All right, Ash, I want you to just feel into your heart. That's where I feel him the most. So I just want you to feel into your heart. And it does feel like there's an energy transmission slash download. I don't get any specific I don't get any specifics around it yet. It's always my intention that it's only for the highest and best good. No harm is done. So if you accept that, you can say yes. You don't have to necessarily comment it. You can, but it's already coming. So if you don't want that yet, you can well always just give it to your highest self. But it's something that's coming in. So just focus on your heart. Okay, that's where I feel this guy the most. It's really interesting because as I'm sitting with this energy, it's got a very strong energy. And I'm trying to figure out what type of being. It feels more interdimensional, like in between dimensions, like interdimensional. Um, I don't know if those are the same things, but that's just kind of how it comes out. Um, but it's really interesting because I feel him in the heart, but then I start seeing the three faces. I don't see them very clearly, but it's like three different faces. And then he's telling me about three different aspects of the heart. or making reference to 3 different aspects of the heart. And I'm like, well, what is that? So I want you to keep connecting to your heart with the intention to pull him closer and invite him closer. Yes. Yes. Yaha umaha. I aasa. Ihia ishi aha. Uasehias. Ushikia alaha. Ukuyese. Moho iahas. Shiwa iahas kiua. Eleo ahas ki hiaso uashia. Khat no o alahas. Shaku ulaha kihi. Alaha mo oyaseki. Okuye. Hawas. Shku iasa. Ole inahai. Uhu asayata. You ask the 3 aspects of the heart. What are they? One, receptivity, openness, receptivity, the ability to remain open and receptive. Simple. Two, connection, connection, the ability to connect to others who are simply a reflection of you. This takes receptivity, openness to facilitate. Simple. Three, understanding, or rather inner standing. This includes ideas such as forgiveness. This ability to under or inner stand takes receptivity, openness, which facilitates the ability to connect to another that is simply the reflection of you, to then understand, understand, the information, the situation, the person, that is in front of you. 3 aspects. Simple. However, it gets confused, convoluted when the mind, fraught of fear, full of beliefs, cloud it, cloud the heart. It creates greater complexity than needs to be, than is necessary. Simple. Simplicity is key to the heart. The heart is simple, and in its simplicity, it is complex. In its simplicity, that complexity connects to the multi-dimensionality, the multiverse, or the multidimensional reality. It is complex like that. But the mind, when it inflicts its beliefs, its will upon the heart, creates confusion, creates unnecessary complexity that is not the type of complexity that is coherent or harmonious with the heart. The heart can become clouded with emotion or guarded, yes, but remains still true that 3 simple keys to the heart. Simple. Simple. The simple keys can help you discern what is not of use, what is not serving the highest good. Keep it simple. The simplicity connects you to the appropriate complexity, which we would define as multidimensionality of the heart. The language of the heart is different than that of the language of the brain. The way in which to create coherence is simple. Openness, connection, understanding. This creates coherence between the heart and the brain, the heart and the mind. The heart is the key to everything. Quite literally, the physiology of the heart is a key. That is all that we can divulge currently around that. But understand and remember that it is a key. It is the key to everything. It unlocks everything. Should you have the courage, the vulnerability, the willingness to use it in the way that it is intended to be used. Okay. So that being is somewhat disconnected, still in my field, but there is a bit of energy work, or there's a bit of, I would say, energy transmission, so that we're gonna facilitate. And this just feels like energetic support to the information that I just channeled. Whew. So I would say there's quite a bit of energy. I can really feel it in my head. Oh, that's a lot. So again, I will recommend lots of water, salt bath, shower, etc. to really just, for this, I feel like the water element is very, very crucial. Because we just talked about the heart, and the heart is, about emotions, connects to water, etc. So I would say lots of water, even if you can um, go to a place in nature that has like water, running water, a lake, some kind of body of water, to be near water in the near future. That would be awesome. And again, just drinking a lot of water. Okay. He's this guy's stepping out of my field, and I'm going to like come back. I'm gonna come back here. Whew. Okay. Alrighty. Holy cow. Um, yeah. There's a lot of information, a lot of like energy that's flowing in through the brain and the mind and like opening up some pathways and the neural pathways in the brain. It feels like to me. It's like, whoa, holy shit. Um, Holy cow. So how was that? I mean, I expected this being to come in. I didn't get a name. It just feels like he's like a 3 in 1. I'm not even sure how to even begin to classify um, that type of being, but it's very interesting energy. Very strong, but very loving and just like simple. It was really interesting. um, Us mediums connect all beings. Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay. Of course. Of course. Okay. Let me scroll back. Oh, wow. He like responded to you. Wow, that's no, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not Syrian. Um, or that you don't have a Syrian aspect. That guy did not feel Syrian. I didn't get that. He felt more interdimensional. At least that's what I was hearing in my head. Um, I would say if you connect strongly to Sirius and you feel very resonant with Sirius energy, yeah, I would say more likely than not, you do have a Syrian aspect, or a serious cross connection. Um, it didn't feel like that guy though. I don't think that was the guy. uh, I don't think he didn't feel Syrian to me. Simply a butt face. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I didn't get that from him. I didn't get that from him. Sometimes it's our own perceptions, and our own lens that could be coloring a being in a certain way. Just like some people like might come on here, like quote unquote trolls or whatever, might be like, "Oh, you're channeling demons. You're doing this." I'm like, "What? Like, what are you talking about?" So it could be our own perception. Sometimes that is. I'm not saying that's what's happening, but sometimes that's what's okay. What happened? Um, yeah, he so did. Like, yes, but um, Um, this, okay, hold on, wait. Let me kind of check back in. It feels, that's interesting. It, I would almost define him as a hyphenate. Like he feels like a guide. Um, he also kind of feels like an interdimensional part or aspect of you that's almost completely unrecognizable. Um, and that could be the it feels like a sarcastic type of tease. Some guides, some kind. I mean, we all have our own personalities, right? The guides are the same as far as I've experienced. Um, I would say as long as he's not going into like he doesn't feel like he feels like if he's teaching you about the heart, and he's like it could just be like a strictness. I don't know, like a sternness or a strictness. But he doesn't feel like malevolent. He just feels like he's got his own personality, and sometimes certain beings are just we might perceive them to be a certain way because we have certain definitions and perceptions and lenses we see through. But like to them, they probably have no reference to like that's just how you perceive them. That's kind of what it feels like. I don't know. I mean, you get to choose, but yes, it's all jokes, but I'm very sarcastic, so it would track back. So it would track. Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. I totally get that. um, and explains the masculine energy of you because they're the demon. They're really just projecting their own demons. It's just a projection of their own stuff, of their own shit, of their own demons that they they haven't processed. uh, what 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 did you call him? The word. What? I don't know. I forget almost instantly when I do these types of readings. I will post it on my YouTube. So if you want to go back and check, because I'm like, what word did I use? Does anybody know what word I used? I don't. Yeah, they always project. Absolutely, yeah. It's like, well, that gets to be your projection, and if you want to keep your limitation, that's great. Yeah, absolutely. I will definitely because TikTok it processes and takes a whole time. The longer the video is, the live video takes the longer it takes to process, and I gotta wait that, and sometimes that's hours. So it'll be up in like a few hours, um, depending on if I go to sleep or not. um, but yeah, I like that guy. He was pretty dope. He has a very interesting energy that I can't quite pinpoint. But he has like a some kind of triple type of energy. I don't know. I want to do more of these types of readings because like it's really interesting to connect to other people's multi-dimensional selves or guides because I haven't thus far, but I like that. I like it. It's cool. Interdimensional being, understanding. He's in between dimensions. Yeah, he's in between. Yeah, that's what I remember. I remember saying that he feels in between, and so his perspective on the heart might be a little different than what we might have. Understanding, yeah. That was the coolest word. Oh, that's dope, Regina. I would definitely be I'm losing all my words, guys. I would definitely be appreciative and honored. Honored is the word I was looking for, to do one for you. Yeah, understanding. Yeah. It's like you can understand, understand, overstand. You can do all of the stands. Overstand, yep. Or overstand, yep. Oh, you paid? Kim, what did you pay for, my dear? You said, I think it's PayPal. Let's see. Kim, okay, so you paid for a reading. Okay, Kim. So, Kim, what kind of, I did see that, Kim. Thank you. I appreciate you, my dear. Um, Kim, what kind of reading would you like, my dear? Do you have a question? Um, do you have a question? General, open, love, career, etc. Let me know. And just to reiterate for those watching, y'all beautiful souls watching here live, um, my name is Angelica. General, okay. Those, just to reiterate, those watching live and on the replay, all of my live donation based services are increasing next week. Okay. I have some ideas of how much. It's not like a lot, but because of the nature of, like, I typically bring a lot of information in, and spirit's like you need to value yourself a little bit more. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. um, so whatever comes through, Kim. Okay, cool. All right. So I'm glad that it worked for you, my dear Ash. Let me cross these names off because I've gotten you guys done. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. They quick to tell us that. All right. So let me connect to your energy, Kim. Kim. Okay. All right. I found you. So I'm just going to connect to your guides, your highest self, to see, what wants to come through, okay, for your highest and best good. Okay, I'm being told, I'm being guided to pull a card from the Cosmic Consciousness deck. So I'm just going to ask, what message wants to come through. Whoa, Jesus. You got 3 cards coming through. Really interesting. Okay. All right. 1 second. Okay, we're going to go in the order that they landed in. So addiction is the first card. And if you notice on the bottom of the card, 3 simple. On the bottom of the card, this is about releasing. Okay, this is about releasing addiction and releasing that type of energy. Sometimes, let's see. This is about releasing that type of energy. I'm searching for the words. There's a certain type of dynamic that is created, a certain type of relationship that is created when we have certain patterns or patterning in the mind, in our beliefs, which create patterning in the thoughts that we think. And they're referring to a certain kind of patterning that manifests as addiction. Okay. I don't specifically see any type or hear or get any type of addiction. I mean, we can be addicted to anything, right? Food, sex, love, across the gamut. So I don't get any specifics there. Like I said, yet. If I do, I'll relay that. But this feels more like a message of where you're at and where you're being. It's like you're being kind of guided to go, is releasing these types of energies, this type of patterning that's creating certain addictions. Okay. Okay, next card. Hold on. Next card. Interesting. Okay. So your next card is safety. Whoa. Whoa. Said the Virgo. This card is about awareness. If you look at the bottom, we're at Lyra. We're in Lyra or Lyra, right? This is about awareness around safety. This feels somehow connected to your first card of releasing addiction. So I don't know if this is like addiction to I don't know if it's being the victim or feeling like a victim. But what I'm hearing is like I'm reminded of like the first addiction is the addiction to suffering. So it could be, like sometimes we've suffered so much and for so long that it becomes familiar. It becomes comfortable. And even though we might freaking not enjoy that, it's still more predictable than going into the unknown, which we're like, well, shit, I don't know what that's going to look like if I've already experienced, this, and this, what is the unknown going to look like? And so we can create addiction to suffering. Okay. And so safety comes in and says, safety comes in as a reminder to say you're always safe. You're always safe. The fears that we have about being unsafe or being, maybe insecure financially or unsafe in a certain neighborhood, around certain people, around certain whatever, it's all created in our mind, in our belief systems, which then generate a certain reality that you project from your unconscious beliefs. Really good reason to get in touch with your beliefs and do your shadow work. Okay, but there's a message here coming in about safety. Like you're always safe. However, like safety is always present. However, sometimes we're accessing and recreating from our past, and we're accessing a version of ourselves that is a past version, carrying emotional baggage, carrying the baggage from the past, carrying all of these experiences from the past, and commanding, I am not safe. So another good reason to get in touch with, any reasons you might not feel safe, I would invite you to, I feel like the invitation here is to look into and examine any places within your life that you don't feel safe. whether it's financially, or in your job, or neighborhood, like whatever it is, whether it's mentally, physically, not feeling safe, and kind of getting to the root issue of that, because that's where it feels like I'm taken back into the addiction energy of creating the same suffering. It feels like I'm addicted to feeling this certain way and I don't like it, but it's safe. It's comfort. It's comfortable. Okay. And safety is ever present, and when we can divest ourselves of the beliefs or the old traumas or the old emotional baggage that we're carrying into the present, and which we use to claim that I am not safe. When we can divest ourselves, excavate that shit, and divest ourselves of those things, process any unprocessed emotions around it, and decondition the mind, reprogram the mind to understand safety is in here. It's created within first. That reorientation feels like where you're being guided to go, to move. It feels like you're already in that phase or that cycle. I would say that it feels like I'm kind of being shown, like your guides are like, come on, like they're taking you by the hand, and they're wanting to guide you this way, but it feels like there's a little bit of resistance. Again, because of the comfort zone, and like, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to be safe in this new unknown, which is kind of paradoxical because it's always created in here. There was another part to that, I think. I'm sure it'll come back to me if it's meant to. Oh, you have free will. Your guides can hold your hand and tell you to come this way all you want, or all they want, but you still have choice. You have free will. So you have to do it willingly. You have to do it through your choice. Okay? That's the only way we can create the change that we're looking to see or create in our world. Okay? So the next card, this is where you're being guided. Divinity. Divinity. This is where they're wanting to guide you to. They're wanting to guide you out of addiction to suffering, out of addiction to being the victim. And it's not to say that those haven't been valid experiences. Absolutely, those are valid experiences. Okay, it's just about when we decondition the mind, when we reframe these things, when we heal, when we release this old shit and realize that wasn't us, we can orient ourselves in a way that's like, oh, okay, I see there's a clarity there. Okay, and they're wanting to move you in, or help support you into a greater alignment, which within it holds great clarity. Okay, and knowing your divinity, moving into your divinity, you knowing yourself as a divine being, a creator being, you being in that state. You can say Christ consciousness, knowing yourself as God, or God as you. There's a lot of different ways, you being your highest self, you embodying, being the full embodiment of your highest self. There's a lot of different ways that you can say this. But they're wanting to guide you because it feels like you're kind of like this. If this was alignment, it feels you're kind of like this. It feels like your divine feminine or your feminine energy is maybe a bit wounded. Maybe that it feels like there's something in your feminine energy that was wounded somewhere along the way. And then it was almost like it was made a victim. And in that experience, or the perpetual, I'm not sure what word it is perpetual or perpetuated, what kept being perpetuated, started to feel familiar. And it's like, no, I want to come back. They're wanting to orient you into where you understand yourself as God. Not in an arrogant way, but understanding your divinity, understanding you, yourself as a spiritual being, as your highest self, as your true self. Okay, as the embodiment of that. So that's where they're wanting to guide you, but it feels like there is some resistance in going that way, and that's okay. Sometimes that's part of the journey, so there's no judgment there. Don't judge yourself. But that's kind of the gist of what I'm getting. Okay. This phase of your life, or this cycle, I would say the cycle that you're in is giving you the opportunity to release the addiction to being a victim, release the old identities, the old versions of yourself that are addicted to being a victim, or addicted to being victimized. I keep getting victim over and over again. So I would say it's more about being addicted to being like a victim. But take it however it resonates. And then realizing in the center, it's always safety. There's always safety. Okay. You're always here. If you're here, present, safety. Okay. And that's a whole thing. We can go into like, you know, if we heal our wounds around not being safe, heal our reprogram ourselves, and ideas and the beliefs that we have around safety. A lot of the ideas and the beliefs that we were given, or we inherited from our bloodline, or that were given to us through projections from our family, friends, etc. When we decondition ourselves from that, when we release those ideas, we understand safety is always here first. And a lot of times that can be correlated or connected to being taught to abandon yourself, not feeling unsafe, or being, I'm seeing somewhere abandoning the self. Also, just not feeling safe growing up, right? That can create like, shit, I am not safe, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, or all of it. Like, I'm not safe. If you were abused and you were hit a lot as a kid, you would probably feel like, shit, I'm not safe. And you would probably, that imprint of that template gets, that template is imprinted into your field. And so it starts to run a certain program of like, I am not safe. So from that unconscious belief, you continue to create a reality in which you are not safe, or which you are constantly attacked, or in which you're constantly receiving these reflections of you're not safe. So this feels like an invitation to really heal, and divest yourself of all of the bullshit, aka belief systems, that are creating that stuff unconsciously. Okay, it's time to make that shit conscious. Okay, and then you're being led into a greater understanding, a greater embodiment of your divinity. Okay. Let me know how that resonates, Kim. But that's what I feel for you coming through. Oh no, did it pause? How is the thing? How is it going? Kim, are you still here, my dear? Kim, did that resonate for you? I know you were. Shadow work is so important. It is. It's really important to do our internal work because that's part of the process of alchemizing all of the darkness and the shadow that's here. Oh, yeah, it did, but I thought I healed all that. I got you. Um, Healing often comes in layers. So, do I share that? Healing often comes in layers. I mean, not often, it comes in layers. um, Sometimes we think we got all of the stuff when really we just pulled back another layer of the onion. That's not to say we can't feel or come to a state of completion in form. That's what ascension is. But sometimes if what we've experienced is deeply, 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 deeply seated into our consciousness, there's layers. There can be like many layers. I can't tell you how many times I've had to do work around my worth or worthiness, because that was one of my core wounds. And our core wounds create core beliefs. And if it's like something like a core wound or a core belief, that typically will be indicative of a core theme that you chose to incarnate into this life and into this encasement, into this vessel, in order to learn through. So sometimes it's not about like, oh, I'm healing, I'm done. I don't know. There's a balance there. There's a balance there, because yes, we can come to a place where it's like, oh, I'm good. Or like coming to a place of like, this is something like acceptance. Like this is something that's a core thing, and it's going to pop up in different flavors, different lenses, different situations. So it feels like the layer, the onion metaphor is relevant there. So it might just be another layer that's coming up, because as we spiral further up, as we go further up the spiral, and we come around to maybe that same curve, right? That same curve in the spiral, it could be another layer of healing that wants to come through. Okay. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, you learned a lesson, right? But like maybe you come around to another part of your life, and then that same lesson or that same awareness comes in, but like this time it kind of resonates a bit deeper, or it just like kind of hits a different way. That's what I'm trying to say here, is that there might just be a different angle of healing, or a different angle of perspective that wants to come in. Okay. Healing is multidimensional. It's not linear. We're all ogres. Regina, you're back. I hope that makes sense, Kim. I know that it can seem like, because here's the thing. Yeah, I've had people say that to me before too. And I mean, that gets to be your choice. If you feel like you've healed it and there's nothing else to heal, that gets to be up for your discernment and your choice. But a lot of times that can be ego talking of like, no, I don't fucking want to go there again. I want to heal that and be done. But if it's a core theme, a core wound that's coming up again, usually it's for a reason. Yeah, I don't know what to say else. But I hope that helped, Kim. And if it didn't, please feel free to not take any of it. It gets to be your choice. Okay. Are we talking about Virgos again? For example, me finding out I reacted when I'm touched without me initiating. Yeah. Sometimes I'm really responsive to touch. I'm like it. And then sometimes I'm like, don't fucking touch me. And sometimes it's just because I'm really sensitive. And if people touch me and they got stuff and they haven't like worked through their stuff, I'm like, don't touch me. Or if they got something going on, like, I don't want that. Yeah, interesting what came up. Yeah. We'll take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if there's anything that's kind of up in the air for you, maybe put that in your back pocket. And, it might make sense later. Sometimes that happens. Okay. I've had people contact me 6 months after I did a reading for them, and they're like, holy shit. So sometimes it doesn't always make sense. There's not always all of the context, when you receive it. Okay. So yeah. All right. All right, my friends. It was great to fucking hang out with you. Were there any other questions around star seeds or any other like things? You're welcome, Kim. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. I really, really appreciate you. Anybody who comes into this space, it's always my intention that you receive exactly what you need. So, yeah. I'm like, other than that, I think I'm probably pretty tapped out. Yeah, I think I'm tapped out for today. I will most likely be on again either tomorrow during the day or tomorrow during the night, depending on when I sleep. And thank y'all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I will see you guys later. I love you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate each and every one of you. Those who stuck around. Mwah. Love you, love you, love you. Yeah, absolutely. It was my fucking pleasure. My fucking honor. I really do love doing this. So thank you for being receptive and receiving. Thank you guys for receiving. I love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a beautiful night, day, afternoon, wherever you are. I love you guys. Mwah.